Hello, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Special Drama Film School Online. Thank you very much for joining this morning. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Well, we are trying to adjust a lot of things. Well, it's going to be quite challenging from now to like October, and we'll be adjusting to it. Okay, so thank you very much. This morning we're not going to spend much time. We're going to spend a little time, probably 30 minutes. We're going to be talking about that and going straight to what we have. My name is Paul-Esupofo Oriade, the lead instructor of Special Drama Film School Online, the first of its kind on Facebook Live, and also uploaded later to YouTube. Thank you very much, wherever you're watching it from any social media platform. I welcome you all to this Special Drama Film School Online. Well, Monday through Friday is 9:30 a.m. Nigeria time. Saturday and Sunday is 9:30 p.m. respectively, except for locations, traveling, and all that. That is only when I will not be able to come on the normal time and all that. As you're joining, please tell us your name, the country, and the city you are watching from. And if by any means you want to be part of what we are doing, please feel free to contact us and let us know. We have some short films, we have some feature films, we have some things for outreaches. We want to go for the nations of the world, where we can reach out, we can bless a lot of people and all that. Thank you very much. As long as you're joining, please, you need to write a comment out, and also you need to make a lot of comments, and you need to make a lot of things real, and also make sure that you share the video. Make sure you share the video. Wow, Runshewe Grace, thank you. Grace Runshewe, thank you for joining. God bless you, real good. Let's go on the still on the interface, where we stopped yesterday, and I said we're going to be starting from the timeline screen button, timeline screen button, and you see what we are talking about, where you place your things, and the KineMaster basic interface. The timeline is really what you see at the bottom. The timeline is the main interface for displaying and organizing all of media present in your project. It is divided horizontally into two main divisions: the primary timeline and the secondary timeline. What do I call it? The primary timeline and the secondary timeline. Please do let me see if I can do that. I will try. Let me see if I can do that. I will try. Let me see. Sorry. Okay. Okay. So you have a primary timeline here, and we have a secondary timeline from here to any other thing you put there. The basic. All right. Those are the basics of this thing. And then you see the timeline. You see the playhead. This is the playhead here. Okay, that's the playhead, and you can see you want to add any other things to it. You see it yourself. Okay, that's the playhead. Can we see it? Okay, that's the playhead. So if you look at it very well, you look at it, and you see all other things and all that. The KineMaster extended timeline. The timeline can be expanded to view more layers. Now let's go. Let's read together. The primary timeline contains the most fundamental media in a project and also acts as the base or backdrop for secondary timeline. At any frame, the primary timeline may contain at most a single media item, such as an image or video, or a transition between two adjacent items. The total length of a project is determined by the length of the primary timeline. Due to technical limitation, items on the primary timeline cannot be shorter than 1 second. Okay, content for the primary timeline can be obtained through the media browser. Now transition occur between every item on the primary timeline. By default, transitions are set to a standard cut, but each transition can be changed to a number of different types of cuts, wipes, fades, and other transitions, just like in any other editing software. So by default, KineMaster has many types of built-in transition. More transitions are unavailable on the KineMaster asset store. Now, let me see another image you can see. Okay, yes, I just want to show you this image before I go. See this image, okay? Media, the layer, the audio, the voice, okay? Do you get it? I just wanted to show you before I go on with my lines. Let's go. Okay, welcome back here. So let's go to the timeline. That one I showed is a media panel on the screen right. Media panel on the screen right. That's the last one I show you. So like we said, and I wanted to get is when we talk about the secondary timeline, and I'm watching my time so that just not going to be just like maybe 20, 25 or 30 minutes at max. So the secondary timeline contain those things, and I told you the secondary timeline contain items including layers and audio clips which are displayed over the primary timeline, which is very, very important for you to see and for you to know and all that. Then over the primary timeline content, layers can be created by accessing content through the media view. By default, layers are lower on the timeline will display over other layers. However, there is no intrinsic that is INTRINSIC intrinsic relationship between the vertical placement of an item in the timeline and its position in the layer hierarchy. There is no intrinsic relationship. So layers can be reordered using the back to front and send to back action button. Okay, so for more information on this, when we get to the timeline, you read on the secondary timeline. Later we're going to read on those things so that we can explain it better. The following action can be performed on the timeline. Pinch and spread, pinch and spread, pinch and spread, pinch and spread. Okay, pinch or spread on the timeline to change the time scale. Pinch your finger on the timeline. Pinch your finger on the timeline to make each unit of the time smaller to see the bigger picture. Spread your finger on the, when I do like this, so on the timeline to make each unit of time larger and zoom into all the details. Okay, now tap an item. Highlight an item and display relevant action buttons in codes and option panel. Long tap an item. Allow an item to be dragged along when you long tap it along the timeline, and the primary timeline item can only be moved to the immediate left or right of an existing primary timeline items. So secondary timeline can be positioned with single frame visual element or millisecond. Okay, millisecond. Okay, second. That's the audio element accuracy. Millisecond audio element accuracy. Now, secondary timeline items are automatically arranged vertically to save space. Okay, to save space instead of adjoining like that, to save space. So tap then drag the edge of an item. Change the length of the selected item. Note that this is not stretch or change the speed of the selected item. Also, you will not be able to lengthen an item beyond its original length with this method, just like any other thing. If it's 1 minute, you can take it to 2 minutes. Okay, you can only stretch to that 1 minute. Items on the primary timeline can only be dragged from the right edge. Doing so will cause everything in the right of the current item to move as well. So dragging item on the secondary timeline will have no effect on other secondary timeline items. Now the next one, which I show you the play head the other time, is tap the play head to bookmark a frame on the timeline. Tap to bookmark the frame on the timeline. The play head will turn purple and will leave a marker on the position when moved. Okay, tapping a bookmark will move the playhead directly to the frame it is on. Okay, tapping the playhead while it's on the bookmark will delete it. Tapping the playhead while it is on the bookmark will delete it. Okay, when expand in bold word is activated, the preview windows the preview windows and option panel are removed. The screen is entirely occupied by the timeline, so you will see other one I've shown you before. So tap expand again to return to the basic interface. An expanded timeline option as listed in action bar above. Okay, now let me quickly say this. KineMaster tips claim cutting video less than 1 second. Cutting video less than 1 second. How do you do it? As stated above, and as I've been saying it, video clips on the primary timeline cannot be less than 1 second long. However, its limitation does not apply to the video layers. Place a background image on the primary timeline and edit your video as a layer if you need smaller cuts. If you need a smaller cut, okay. Finally, this morning, which is the one I'm going to do finally, and like I said, and I want to even be picking it gently so that I can stay longer and I can work better on it. Okay, so if you have an Android phone, you can actually use it to edit. Okay, so let me look at my time. Okay, okay, I still have a little time. Okay, so let's go because I'm running. So having said that, now you discover that you have a lot of things that you need to put in place. But I've seen a lot of people just want to edit without not taking this time. All this time we are taking to explain and explain. They are very, very wonderful time for you to really identify, to really understand, to really see exactly what you want to do. Okay, so when you do that, you'll be able to understand why you're doing what you're doing. Let's go to media panel, screen right. If you look at this on the now from the flip now, because if this is my left now, okay, this is my normal left. From your own, it looks like a right. Okay, so from the right hand side, let's go the right screen right. You will see all those things I've shown you. KineMaster, which is the media highlighted. So the media panel, those are where the media panel, those are the strength, where the strength is majorly there. So the media panel gives you the tool needed to add and edit project content. When an item is in the timeline selected, the option panel, which with options relevant to the particular item, is displayed. Each of these options are explained in detail. Later on, I will explain that. When no item is in the timeline selected, the media wheel along the asset store asset store, you play and exit. On Android, that's Android, play and exit. On Android, share button, share on iPhone button are display, share on iPhone button are display, so that you don't begin to look for it and say, oh, it's not my phone, it's on Android and it's on iPhone. Now let's go to media wheel. Media wheel consists of the media browser, which is on the top. You see it on the top. That's the media wheel. It looks like a wheel. You see it, wheel, and the media browser top, and the layer selector on the left, the audio browser on the right, the voiceover recorder is on the bottom, and the media recorder at the center. So media browser allows you to select media, images or images and videos, okay, video, and from your device, if you can make it to press it to bring it out and import them to your project for use on the primary timeline where you want to edit. And upon tapping the media browser in the media wheel, you will be presented with a folder structure displaying all visible videos and images content located on your device, as well as folders for preset backgrounds. They are there, favorites and cloud storage. Tap the desired item from the list to add to it to the primary timeline. The selected item will be placed beside the currently view them. So to the side closest to the playhead, because if anywhere you put the playhead to, that's where, if you click on it, that's where it will come up. Okay, so you have to make sure you place it at the side where you want it to come, and then it comes there directly. Okay, now if there are no items in the primary item, the selected item will be placed at the beginning of the timeline with the playhead position at the end of the item. So you tap confirm to close the media browser. Now KineMaster have this tip so that you can also know, and especially also towards iPhone and iPad people. So why can't I not access my music in KineMaster on my iPhone, on iPad? Just like I showed you a video yesterday clip when somebody was asking me a question and all that. And KineMaster requires access to files at all times to be used in the project. If files cannot be found or seem to go missing, it is likely due to one or two possible reasons. One, well, if you have optimized storage, turn on your iPhone or iPad, files may be moved to the iCloud, leaving only their thumbnail on your device when your device memory starts to fill up. That's very important. KineMaster cannot yet access iCloud files as of now, causing them to go missing. And that's one of the major things those who have used an iPhone, when they call me, say, I don't see it, though, I don't know how to play, but I saw it before, I don't know where. So to make sure this doesn't happen, please turn optimized storage off. Or make sure you have good space for everything in your project. And I keep on talking about space. Another common reason for missing file is due to using streaming program. Another thing, using streaming programs for content. So these programs often do not store files on your device, making them inaccessible to KineMaster. If you would like to use a file from a streaming service, please make sure that the file is located on your device even when the streaming service application is off. Like I'm doing now. If I want it back, I have to download it to my system again, then to my phone again, then I can have access to it. Then you have a layer selector now. Layer selector, if you have seen it, I have shown you before, you will see a lot of things. You see the media effect, overlay text, handwriting. You see a lot of things where you can put on there. Let's go there and let's see, because KineMaster interface, still on that, the layer selector allows the placement of media in the secondary timeline. So the layer selector allows you to add various types of layers to your project. So all you need to do, tap layer on the media wheel to expand the layer selector. Generally speaking, there are 5 types of layers, and it's still developing, because as at this time of broadcast, this is what we have. But when I get the secondary timeline, I will also explain more on that. These are accessible by this menu, namely media, effects, overlay text, and handwriting. But I will give a detailed description of each later. Okay, it's later. So let's go to the KineMaster tip. Why do I have image instead of media? Why do I have image instead of media? Unfortunately, due to the technical limitations, some devices may not have video layer support, meaning that only one video stream can be playing at once. Such devices are not be able to do chroma key. They will not be able to do the chroma key. They will not be able to do video transitions. To confirm the existence or absence of layer support on your device, please reboot your system, your device rather. Reboot your device right now, and then tap settings. Tap settings on the KineMaster main screen. Then device capability information. Just like I said, you run tests on it there. So if you think this information is an error, then tap on the top right, and then run analysis now. Run analysis now. This process take like a 3 to 5 minutes, just like I've said before in one of the videos. but it will accurately determine if your device has layers support. It is better not to be using any other app like that, and you have to put on the app that records, reports, and edits video as you run the scanner. Else you it's also be resulting inaccurate result. So you need to close everything down so that it can be effective. And all that. The other browser still on that layer now, still on it. I feel the layer, I'm going to stop. Sorry about that. So the audio browser allow you to search for audio not only on your device but from the KineMaster asset store as well. Audio is divided into several categories. We have a music assets, we have SFX, that's a special effect, assets, we have recorded, and songs. In any of these categories, tap an audio track to highlight and then tap play to preview it. Tap play to preview it. Tap add to include this track in your project. Okay, this will create a new audio clip with this file, starting from the current play time. If you don't do that, it's going to another thing. So tap asset store to search for new audio content. When finished, tap confirm to return to basic interface. This is very, very also important. Let's go to the voiceover recorder. Voiceover recorder allows you to record your audio on top of your video project as it plays. Tap start to create a recording layer and start recording from the player's current position. Please hold your device a comfortable distance from your face, okay, so that you can use your video as well as it ensures recognizing quality. Tap stop to stop recording and finalize the recording layer. Just I'm doing now. Whether I shout or I speak little, I have an audio jack here that's very, very good, and that's why I use, and it's making it louder, better, and all that. And the next one is the media recorder. When you press that radio, that's the one in the middle. That's the media recorder. If you look at it, then if you press it to give you camera here, camcorder here. In the middle, you can touch return. You can just click return, just like the symbol of the return you have on the left hand side before. Okay, on your left hand side before. So KineMaster media recorder for the media for Android, you will see that, and you take picture and video directly with the KineMaster interface if you want to. So tapping on media recorder allows you to take photos and record video without leaving KineMaster. On iPhone, on an iPad, you'll be taken directly to the camera application on Android. Okay, on camera application on that iPhone, iPad. Okay, but on Android, media recorder will expand when tapped, and will provide access to both the camera and the camcorder as picture above. Okay, so I've shown you that one. Let's go to the iPhone. iPhone will take you different. So don't be surprised when you click that on iPhone. It expanded it because iPhone is going to show you the video here towards the bottom and the lower, and it's going to show you the picture on the upper. And you will see return, maybe to your face, when it tell you what the format you're shooting on. It's going to show you the format you're shooting on. Let me quickly see if I can show that, because it's very important to show that. Let me see. It's very, very important to show that, especially those who are using iPhone. Yes, that is it. Do you see it? So this is the record button. If you want to record, it on iPhone, this is the record button. And it tells you that it's an H.264 720. That's HD. Okay, 720 is HD, and you can use the flash if you want to. Then you can record and continue whatever you are doing right on the KineMaster without not leaving KineMaster place. Okay, let's read together here before I go. KineMaster media recorder for iPhone camcorder interface. That's the way. On iPhone, tapping media recorder will bring up the above screen. On the right side of the screen, tap camera to go into camera mode and camcorder to go into camcorder mode. In camera mode, tap take photo. White button on the right. White button on the right. Can you see? Take photo. Right button on the right, and then Then on the take photo in camcorder, tap record. This is the record. You tap it. Once you tap that record, and it goes like that. Okay, tap record. Tap record. Red button on the right to record video. On the left, on the top left of the screen, tap change camera. Tap change camera to toggle between the device front and back facing camera, which I have shown you here. Is here. You see it here. That's it here. And you can use the flash if you want to. Okay, you can put it on automatic if you want to. Okay, like I said, you will see there that the flash, to enable and disable flash in camcorder, there is a codec and resolution option. Codec and resolution option, which I have shown you here. Codec and resolution option. You see the codec and resolution option, and the option appear at the bottom left. So tap, if you tap codec. Codec is the H.264 in the image. To select between H.264 and the H.265 codec, tap resolution 720 in the image to change the video resolution. If you want to change it, you just tap them. Then you go to the highest one on your phone. Images and video are saved in the device's camera roll, regardless of whether they are added to the project or not. They are saved there. Then finally, you see something like that. Let me quickly show you that picture before I go on. Before I close this morning. Okay, I'm going to close in a minute. So tap camera to be taken to your device. Tap on Android now. Tap camera to be taken to your device. Native camera application. If you like the photo you have taken, tap OK. If you like to try again, tap retry, and you will be able to take another photo. Photos taken in the media recorder will be placed on the primary timeline beside the currently viewed viewed item to the side closest to the playhead. Let's see. See now. So this one is 1920 by 1080. 1920 by 1080. You see now. You see the video there. You see the live there. This is okay. So let me quickly come back to my place, to my face. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. I want to wrap it off in the next 3-4 minutes possible. So to tap record, tap recorder to record, tap the gear icon on the left to determine the resolution your video. Okay, resolution your video. Tap the switch camera icon to switch between the front facing and back facing camera on your device. If I do it here, it's going to be flipping. I'm turning it back for you to see. So to tap flash, to turn it on the camera flash, tap the record to start recording, and tap it again. Stop your recording to start and stop your recording. KineMaster camcorder generally record your device default format, but in rare cases where your device's default format is support the KineMaster, it will record in H.264. On most devices, it's better to record in your device native camera application. It's better. Okay, it's very, very better. When you have finished your video, you will be presented with 4 options. It will tell you tap play to review your video, tap take to return to the camcorder screen, tap use to place the recorder video on the primary timeline next to the current viewed item on the side closest to the playhead. Then tap use as layer. Tap use as layer to place the recorded video on the secondary timeline, starting from the playhead's current position. So don't forget that thing where you see that you have a front and it's not going and all that. So finally this morning, images and video are saved in the device's gallery. Images and video are saved in device's gallery regardless of whether they are added to the project or not. So those are the things that are very important. So tomorrow, continue project review, screens, and we're still talking about that interface, which is very, very important. This morning, that's why I didn't want to talk quickly because the time has gone. I felt let me just continue with the interface and tag it the way it is and all that. So okay, let me quickly finish so that let me finish so that we can start sharing your project tomorrow. Sorry about that. Let me quickly finish so that I can start sharing your project tomorrow. So project preview, that's a screen center. That's a screen center. The project preview display your video as it work when it's spotted. It's also display the current frames indicated by the playhead. Any changes made to timelines are automatically and immediately updated in the preview, project preview, and all that. How do we get a tap play to preview your project? Tap play to preview your project. Then you see it now. You KineMaster free users, we see the made with KineMaster all the time in quote watermark display the preview window and their final exported project. They will see there. But you tap remove to be taken to the subscription information screen. Then you subscribe, then it's removed. More on the KineMaster subscription can be found if you go to subscription benefit, which I mentioned already. KineMaster subscriber will not see these options. So if you are subscribed, you will not see that option. Thank you very much this morning. I appreciate all of you. Let me see the time I've used so far. I want to appreciate Victoria Olatunji. Victoria Olatunji, thank you so much. I tell you, Max at 1 and this is 31. Thank you, because I just quickly picked that one. Thank you very much this morning. I remain Paul-Esupofo. Till another time, be blessed. Bye bye.